Okay, thanks, Noel. Good afternoon to you and to the crew and to our viewers and listeners up there at the Queen of the West Hotel in Packington Street. Going to watch the replay tonight. Hope you enjoy the proceedings. I think it's going to be a beauty. First of all, welcome to Michael Wamsley. Michael, been a while since you've been up in the commentary box, I believe.
It's been a while, Cookie. Yes, had a stint and still working for the Melbourne Football Club, but more than happy to be here today.
It's great news, of course. Professional commentators don't die, they just smell that way, they say.
That's exactly right.
Okay, we've got a big game here today. Anakie just outside the 4 on percentage only, just trailing Bellpost Hill. But the percentage is worth a game. They couldn't possibly make up that percentage. It's a must-win situation for Anakie today, and they're taking on the Amateurs, who've had a pretty good season, well up in the premiership contention on their home ground. The Amateurs, Michael, are a pretty quick side, a very skillful side, whereas Anakie rely on their, well, some might call them veterans, such as Darryl, Corey Bissett, Camerotto, and also Big Paul Welsh and Neville Gogel. They're all tough and hard at the footy. That'll be the game today, pace versus experience, and I think we're a thriller.
I think so, Cookie. It's the perfect day for football. Some watching the game might say, hang on, there could be a bit of rain later on, but for the minute, who cares? It's wonderfully still and the ground's in excellent condition. There'll be no excuses from either camp tonight. I agree with you, the experience of those players that you mentioned, those 5 players. Manikie's going to hold them in good stead. It's very much like a finals game for them. They've got another couple to play, 3 to play after today. But it could come down to the wire against Bellpost Hill in the last game. But they've got to get through today, Anakie, firstly, to even consider that. And I think with that sort of desperation and that sort of experience in the side, they're going to come out very hard at the ball today. And I'd tip them if they had to make a tip, Cookie, to win.
Okay, well, Ronnie Brain's out in another game for the GFL today, but I bet him this morning. He suggests that Anakie by 8 points. I'd suggest, Ronnie, you're an idiot, as always. I think Anakie will steamroll the Amateurs here. They won't make up enough percentage to get into the 4, but I think they'll keep winning. I think they might make the 4. I think they'll be a bit tough and hard today for the Amateurs, who are going to miss Andrew Smith and Chris Taylor, and their full forward Marty Stewart's out too, and so too Richo Richardson's a great player for him, former captain of the club. I think they'll miss those experienced players, and I think Anakie might have a big win by 7 or 8 goals.
I tend to agree with you, David Cook.
Well, Ronnie Brain obviously went by 8 points. We've all gone for Anakie at the Amateurs' home ground. We'll just see who the idiots are at the end of the day. Plenty of feeling in this game. Michael, you'd probably be aware that there was an incident out at Anakie when these sides previously met. We're not going to speak about that incident. It's dead and buried as far as I'm concerned, but obviously both sides will be pretty keen to do well here.
Yes, very much so. We've mentioned Anakie's lot and the fact that they're fighting for a place in the finals. Also from Amateurs' point of view, the fact that they're lying 3rd on level points with Corio at this stage, they'd be looking at the double chance for sure. So maybe that's a bit of a spur that will help Amateurs in their quest today.
Yeah, we've already spoken about the experience and versus the youth there. Anakie with Welsh and Darryl and Corey Bissett and Camerotto and Neville Gogel, the Jolly brothers, Brendan and Darren Jolly played a bit of footy, kicking card in the back pocket. The very experienced side at Anakie, nearly said Anglesey where I live there, but the Amateurs, their experience is not as good. Bobby Nelson at full back, and of course Brad Thompson and Ricky Static. They're the old men of the side, if you'd like to call them that. They're not that old, but a lot of youngsters out there for the Amateurs. But if they've let have their own way, they are a very effective side. Timmy Jarman at centre half forward will be a focal point. He's very strong on the air. Not a strongly built young fella. Nice guy, I know him well actually, Timmy, but not a strongly built fella. I would think they'd be punching all day from him. That would be the instructions of Coach Darryl Bissett, I am sure. And he's a bit of a key there, because without Marty Stewart on the forward line to kick the goals, I think they're expecting a big one from Timmy Jarman, the Amateurs.
Interesting, Cookie, looking at the 2 squads, there's obviously a lot more bulk and strength in the Anakie squad than there is in the Amateurs, and we've mentioned that. And well, maybe if there is that bit of rain later on the day, that could be a factor where you've got to get in and get the hard ball, use your strength to make a passage for running players, that Anakie could come to the 4 in that instance.
Well, they are renowned as wet trackers, Anakie. They're very good in the wet, and most sides fear them when the rain does come. At the moment, it's pretty overcast here at Queen's Park. The ground in spectacular condition, no doubt about that.
David, it's just starting to drizzle as you're talking there now.
Ah, right. I thought it'd been my son coming up the ladder here in the commentary box, spilling a bit of Coke on you there, Noel, but it is raining. Okay,
it's definitely rain. It's not Coca-Cola.
It's very light drizzle. We'll won't put that down as any rain as yet, Noel. Just a touch of precipitation, perhaps. The pace factor of the game. Michael, the pace for the amateurs. They've got plenty. They've got plenty of quick players in defence, and also around the packs, they've got Gumley and Fleet who are very quick. They've got Nicky Gill who loves to kick a goal in the pocket. They've got Peter Klingen who's a quick rover, and Malakella Schwartz of Middleton's very quick. They've got plenty of quickies. Anakie's quickies, not so many. Phil Gabbard, Burley on the wings, quite quick. Elmer is quite a quick player. They've lost Stephen Green, who likes to run a bit, so he's not playing today. Jason Greaves, and perhaps on the wing, Glenn Light's also reasonably quick. But the pace goes with Anakie, the experience and the pace goes to the amateurs, the experience and strength goes with Anakie. It'll be a beauty.
Obviously, tactics are going to play a big part, Cookie.
Yes, both benches bench truck to be working overtime, I would suggest. Umpires just getting ready here, just getting a few players off the ground. We can see in the centre of the ground there, Jamie Elmer, number 5 in the long sleeve for Anakie. He's had a pretty good season. He looks like he may even tag Kellis there, who's a good player for the amateurs, been an effective rover forward for them. Let's see who's starting in the ruck. I think Ben Reynolds might be starting in the ruck. No, that's Schwartz and Middleton starting in the centre for the amateurs, with Malakatellis is in there also. Big Paul Welsh with the long sleeves on for Anakie. He'll start there. And umpire is just about to start the play of this most important game. Ben Reynolds is in the ruck. I thought him. Jarman, lively early, takes the mark.
Yes, a lovely mark from Jarman. He's a good 50 metres or so from goal. A good movement of the ball early from the amateurs and good signs. There's some strong work in the centre from Camerotto and Bissett, but all to no avail at this stage as Jarman lines up.
Timmy Jarman now having the shot for goal. Kick from about 45 metres. He doesn't quite make the distance. Has it got the carry? It hasn't. It's off hands. I think we'll put that one down as a point to Timmy Jarman. Just never quite got onto that one, and 1 point only. Score on the board. It's the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard. The first quarter. 1 point goes on the board. Here's Costello about to kick it in for Anakie.
A lovely kick from Costello on the half-back flank here off the end. He plays Chesson over the line, a mark there that really Justin Tate would have hoped that he would have taken another occasion. So a lot of concentration there from Justin. Ball out of bounds on the half-back flank here for the amateur side.
Yep. Boundary umpire about to throw it back into play. Boundary umpire, that looks like Hainsey. It is too, throwing the ball back into play. Base of the pack, Camerotto's got it. It's an up and under. Will it bounce inside the line? It does. It bounces towards the commentary position. In fact, out of bounds she goes, and poor Camerotto got the knee bandage there on the right knee. A pretty severe one too, Michael.
Yes, he doesn't look 100% fit at all, Camerotto, and that kick perhaps showed it. He didn't steady. He just got the ball straight to boot.
We'll see how he proceeds today. He's a good player. Bissett lays the tackle, but the hand pass from Reynolds goes quickly. There he's teammated Sammy Luke across to half forward. Out comes Andrews. Andrews now gets around his opponent there, straightens up on the right foot and fires at the goal mouth. It's going through for a goal. I'd suggest Justin Andrews, the first goal of the day. A magnificent goal. Kick by that player. He's a super player, this boy. When he's on his game, he kicked 8 or 9 from a half forward flank. And what a great goal to open the scoreboard on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard. First quarter, 1-1-7 the amateurs. Anakie yet to score, and so far it's all amateurs.
A magnificent start, and Andrews showed his skill and class there with a balk and a weave and a lovely snapshot, and straight through it went. And I couldn't have wished for a better start, amateurs here, because there's been some strong tackling from Anakie at this stage. But no, they've resented to that. Amateurs looking good.
Okay, he's been picked up by Mark Bradford, who we give 3 votes one day here. The guest video award was received by Bradford. The hand pass comes here to Middleton. Schwarzer goes towards half forward. High as Andrews. He can't take the mark at the base of the pack. Amateurs left foot snapshot for goal. Bouncing. Bounced the right way. I think it might be through. Wait on it. It's a goal. Very, very handy, that one. That looked like Peter Klingen. It was on the left foot. Should have picked him up quicker than that, Cookie. Peter Klingen, number 45, bangs through the amateurs' second goal. And away they go. 2-1-13 on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard. Leading Anakie yet to score. And we saw the benefit of the quick ball out of the centre there, Michael.
A quick ball out of the centre and some real pace shown by the amateur players at this stage.
Andrews again a feature there. Didn't take the mark, but brought the ball to ground. Now back to the middle. Anakie yet to clear it out of the centre. Here's an infringement. Now boundary umpire Haynes has found too many in the square there, and a free kick goes to Justin Tate of Anakie. Gives it across to the coach. He kicks the ball actually across the ground. Not too sure about the effectiveness of that. Little toe poke goes in towards the fence. Chance. Amateurs got to get the ball out of there. They do. Quick kick goes out towards Klingen, who's been lively. Taps the ball in front of him, does Klingen. He's after to get Jarman, it is. Knocks the ball further afield. He's got support from Sammy Luke, who's there to help him. Hand pass up in the air, goes after it again. Knocked away by Light. Kicked off the ground again by Jarman. but deep into the forward pocket here. Costello comes out after. He can't get there before Klingon can, but the boundary line looms up and swallows them all. And again, we saw the pace of the Emeralds moving the ball quickly up that outer side.
Very evident in the first few minutes of the game, and it's something Anakie are going to have to control. They're going to have to try and bottle the game up a bit and work hard at getting possession themselves.
Yeah, they just need to stay a little bit closer to their opponents at the present stage. You see Neville Gogol on screen there, number 20, and Scotty Simon, number 1. And there's the big fella, Daryl Bissett, waiting for the ball to be thrown in. And boundary umpire Sam Mirabal is preparing to do so, just taking his time a bit. The umpire not happy with something here. Just a bit of a take 5. We'll give you the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant score, but it's 2 goals, 13 points. Amateurs Anakie yet to score. There it is on the screen now. Bird Cameron 216 111 for all your accounting and taxation needs. Mirabal, the umpire, the boundary umpire, that is Sam. He throws it back into play. Up they go. Knock towards Scotty Simon, who gathers. He's in a bit of strife, does the right thing, doesn't put it on the boot because he would have put it out on the full. Just steadied and ran over the boundary line with it. We'll have another boundary throw in. And again, we see umpire Sam Mirabal on the screen, ready to throw it back in. Does so now. Up goes the big fella Bent, knocks it down. Daryl Bissett sharks it, tumbles it on the... Goes out towards, defensive half-back position. Gains a few metres, but cleverly end over end kick. Didn't put it out on the full. Bit of experience there, Mike.
There was experience from Big Bissett then, but he's had a couple of kicks. They're both virtually sideways at this stage, so he's got some theory on using that top side of the ground. I'm not sure, but that's been his intention on both occasions. He's grabbed hold of the ball.
He plays golf a bit like that too. He hooks him a bit too. The same boundary throw in. Scotty Simon, clever player at ground level, gathers, kicks up in the air again. No distance game with that kick. No mark taken at the base of the pack. Here's a chance. Looks like Amateurs coming out of the pack with a quick kick. Good kick too across the ground. Oh, is that Timmy Jarman's been paid the mark? I don't know about that one. The umpire blew the whistle a bit early. He's good enough to give it off quickly to Reynolds. Reynolds goes down to the forward line. Clean bowls one player. Out comes Andrews. Andrews, hand pass. Back in towards, danger territory, he called it. They look to have the numbers there as Jolly gathers the ball for Anakie. Knocks back towards the 50-metre line. The base of the pack there is Klingon. He goes round on right foot. Clever kick finds Jarman, who's been particularly lively early stages of the first quarter.
Yes, using the ground, Jarman. He's moving around very nice, and he even need to be closely checked from here on. He's got his confidence up the start of the game brilliantly. Here he is some 45 metres out from goal. Already kicked one. A chance for him to follow through here with a second game, which is a great start to the game. A nice kick off the boot, just fading slightly to the right. Another point to the Amateurs. They lead 2-2-14 to Anakie, yet to score.
On the boot, Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard, and Timmy didn't look to kick right through that one. Looked to stab at it a bit, I thought.
No, the ball flew nicely in projection, but yeah, perhaps he thought he just needed to guide the ball rather than follow through.
Here's Costello putting the ball back into play. Let's watch his kick. Well out over the defensive 50. Looking for Daryl Bissett. He's up and can't mark it. Stumped away. In comes Simon over in the footy. Mickey Carter's got it. Again, head sideways. They're doing a bit of that, Anakie, I can suggest. He heads towards, a Holden out there. There's a young player, young Amateurs player there. One a future player, I'd suggest. Gathers the footy as it goes out of bounds. 14 points, plays nil. On the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard, and we've gone 7 minutes on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. As Welsh goes up and knocks the ball to the ground, it's kicked away from Simon, who's after it. He can't pick it up. It's out of bounds again, and a fair bit of defensive work happening down in the Amateurs attacking zone.
Yes, one would suggest that there's a real scoring end, and weather conditions wouldn't suggest that cookie at all. But that's the way the game's being played at the moment. Anakie trying to bottle it up, and Amateurs are taking all the play away from them.
Yes, the only win is when Noel Fanning burps after his pie, as we see Welsh get the ball down towards centre wing. Chance here, that looks like Light gets the ball around the boundary line. Anakie in possession. Now, can they make something of this forward foray? Down they go. Up goes, almost taking the mark there, Sammy Luke. Couldn't hold it on that occasion at ground level. Good work by the big fella there in Pittman. Got the hand pass out, but wasn't effective. Stasic is tackled, loses it, goes back to Pittman. His kick is smothered. It's not a comedy of errors because it's good hard stuff out there. Light gets a little kick around the boundary line. No one can take the mark there. Jamison was a chance but couldn't gather. Goes in after it again. Sammy Luke's in there. Umpire going to come in. He'll have to ball this one up, I reckon, Michael, because pretty tough stuff. Anakie forced it forward, but good defensive work. Amateurs did not let it get away.
Really good desperation from the Amateurs defenders. There's a chance, a couple of running players working loose for Anakie, but they didn't allow them to get free.
Just over 8 minutes gone on the Rockies 24-hour bit time clock. At ground level, Malakellis gathers it and kicks it out wide. Looking out there for a teammate was that Gumley couldn't mark. Away they go. Amateurs seem to have the numbers running at the ball. They're running pretty quickly with it early stages. Up goes Darren Jolly in front, and although he couldn't mark, forced the ball away from Timmy Jarman. That's a good move because he's been pretty lively, and it goes out of bounds. And the water boy there handing the ball back to Sam Mirabal. The ball is about 65 metres out from goal, to which Amateurs are attacking. Boundary throw in. Welsh uses the body well against Jarman, gets the hand pass out, not effective. Taken here by his teammate there in Booley, who's a quick player. Loses it though. Goes back to Jarman's got another kick in towards Andrews. Can't take the mark. Here comes Costello. Back to his judgment. Put the boot in it. Got it out over the 50-metre line. He had to too because his opponent was back in the goal square. But unfortunately hasn't got enough support. Hand pass comes back. This is Klingon straightening up on the left. Having a fire and shot at the goal mouth. I think Peter Klingon's kicked it. Hits a goal. Lovely kick on left foot.
Lovely snapshot from Peter Klingon. That's his second goal. And our amateurs are racing away to a very important lead here at the 8-minute mark of the first quarter. They're 3-2-20. Anakie yet to score. And it's been the pace of amateurs that Anakie haven't been able to combat at this stage.
No doubt about that, Michael. And that Peter Klingon, he's an opportunity. He loves that left foot kick, and he's a very accurate one. And he's a former Western Ferris winner here. I think you'll find too.
Well, it's great to see a running wing player like Klingon coming off doing kicking 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of a very important game.
Up they go. Ben Reynolds knocks the ball to the turf. Chance for him. That looks like Malakellis coming out of the pack. Got the hand pass away. It was a hurry one to Middleton. He goes on left foot down towards half forward. Andrews, clean bowl by that one. Here comes the bat. Bradford bat gets the hand pass out. Not a good one. Reynolds is in the way. Bradford's got to go and do the heavy work. Pushes Reynolds up. In the back is the umpire, and a free kick going to go here to Big Ben Reynolds.
Amateurs leading Anakie to the ball consistently here in these first few minutes.
Yeah, if you're in front, you'll get the free kicks. Here's the chip pass into the forward zone. Lovely mark taken. Justin Andrews, I think it is. Scotty Simon late on the scene. 3-2-20 Bird Cameron Chadley count scoreboard. Amateurs have a 20-point break over Anakie, and we played 10.5 minutes of the first quarter. On the Rockies, 24-hour locksmith time clock.
Andrews just 30 metres out of goal. All the play's been on that far side of the ground, Cookie, so there must be something in it. Andrews, as I said, 30 metres out from goal, lining up with what be Amateur's 4th goal. He on quite an acute angle, but it's definitely the scoring side of the ground. Distance not a problem. He's concentrating, head and eyes over the ball. He's got a target. In he comes. A kick off the boot. It's not going to quite make the distance. Welsh is in the square. There's a screenage at Pax, but Jolly comes out. Muffs the kick. Muffs the kick out. Simon's balking, weaving, trying to get a handball, and he does. On it goes. Anakie players there. Camarado comes through. Twists and turns. A left foot kick up towards the centre wing. In through come the amateurs with strong play. It's a nice long kick. Welsh is there setting himself. Hasn't got the ball. Comes down the ground. Here's a snapshot coming through.
Nicky Gill, I think he's drilled
Nicky Gill has. It's another goal to amateurs.
Oh, it's all amateurs. It's an avalanche here. It's an amateurs avalanche here at the Queen's Park Oval ticker. As my son shows me the tooth that's fell out during all that play. That's a bit of a sensation. I might hold it up for the everyone to see. You can't see, but it's a very big, not a big tooth, but it's a big event for my son, I can tell you.
That tooth came out at the 11-minute mark of the first quarter there.
There's one to remember. So, gee, the hot dog, the rolls must be out of the hot dogs here, I can tell you, because he's done a tooth. But a lovely goal kick there, and it's all amateurs at the moment. As Nicky Gill was his first one through. They've got 4 goals to 26 points on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard. Anakie yet to score are in complete disarray as Welsh goes up and kicks to the ground. But again, that looks like Middleton out of the play with a left foot kick down on half forward. Jarman's in front, punched away by Jolly. The punch was effective. Kicked off the ground there by was that Klingon coming through. Here comes Andrews. Out wide he goes. Over the top, it's not a bad one too. Chris Yea's on the ground, number 47. He got the hand pass further afield. Goes back in after it again. So too, Malakellis doing hard work there. At the base of the pack, Emmett, here's a chance. Give it across to Lockie Doyle. And the Falklands player straightens up and goes for goal. I think it's been touched. Hit the post, said the goal umpire. And 1 point goes on the board. And that would have been a disastrous one for Anakie had he kicked that. We've only played about 11 minutes of the first quarter.
Yes, a nice snapshot from Doyle. Just didn't quite have the carry on the ball, but gee, their pace and endeavour at this stage is very impressive.
And I've tipped Anakie by 7 goals. I'm an idiot. There's the kick out from Costello out towards Welsh. He taps the ball further afield, does Welsh, but he can't take the mark. Nearly as good as a kick. He got it out about 75 metres out from the goal. And boundary umpire will proceed to throw the play in. 27 plays, 0 on the Bird Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard.
Interesting there, Jolly had the chance to go Welsh or Bissett. He decided on Welsh on that far side of the ground. The play didn't come off, but they're obviously looking at options from a kick-out point of view.
Okay, boundary umpire puts it back into play. Welsh uses his strength and got rid of his opponent there, but too good at ground level. Here they come. This is Malakellis.
This is Malakellis.
Yeah, left foot kick. Ran 20 metres the wrong way, then kicked it across the ground. Important ball. Here comes Jarman. Hand pass. Get away quickly, and he does. Amber's going into attack as that Doyle left foot kick around the boundary line. Wasn't a bad one. It was, in fact,
it was Doyle.
Lockie Doyle down a half forward. Out comes Camarado. Doesn't look fit. Kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Good mark taken here for Anakie, and it might be the big Pittman, I think, taking this one on the boundary line. We'll just wait till he comes back into the screen. Here he is. and Glenn Pittman takes the mark for Anakie just forward the centre wing. Now, they need to make something of some moves here shortly. Kick goes down towards, well, half forward. Darren Jolly's a chance. Can't get it out. Comes that look like McKay. Right foot kick. Camerado marks. Forward of centre wing. Camerado usually doesn't waste the ball. Hits Phil Gavin on the chest and he drops the centre. Goes back after the little fella but can't get it. And amateurs have the numbers. Hand pass. Comes back to Malakellis. A further one. Went too far on that occasion for Rick Stasic. Back goes Stasic strongly. Gets the ball. Pushes out in front of him. Little kick out of defence. Goes towards centre wing. Here comes Mickey Carter. Oh! Mickey Carter's been Carter. He got one there. He didn't like. And look out. It's on. It's on here. Mickey Carter got one. Didn't appreciate Rick Static's in there. So too Camerado. Walshy's in there throwing a few around, just separate them there. Camerado's not happy at all. Not happy at all with Gumley. And also coming in there, young Justin Tate. It is a free kick. Now, it's been 50 metres as well. I think you might find it has. Oh, put a ball up in the game, Michael.
It certainly has. That came from Malakellis, coming very strongly through the pack. Used the body, but a strong reaction from the Anakie players.
Now, Darren Jolly, important kick for the Anakie Roos. Oh, he's hooked at the left-hand side. It doesn't come back up. I think he's missed it. 1 point only. Well, they got a bit of fire into the game there. Important kick goal. Had to kick that one.
4 down, you need those goals. The next goal, vital as far as Anakie's concerned. It must be theirs because they're just slowly losing touch.
Yeah, Bobby Nelson chipped it out wide. Good kick too from Nelson. Favour the outer side. Found a team that went quickly up towards a centre wing. At the base of the pack there working hard is Paul Middleton. The Schwarzer couldn't handle the mark, but that worked hard and got it over the boundary line. And it's way out at the centre wing again. Anakie got their first score on the Bert Cameron Chart Accountant scoreboard. They've got 1 point on the board. Amateurs have got 27. It's 26 points the difference at 15.5 minute mark the first quarter.
And you certainly need a lift from the experienced Welshers and Bissets. These players, they've touched the ball, but not often enough.
There's Welsh getting it down to Camerado, but he's well manned there, marked, and the kick was smothered. Malakellis went in, and so did Camerado, and put Malakellis and the ball over the boundary line, throw in centre wing position.
Had plenty of touches, Jim Malakellis. A good start to the game.
Yeah, he's a lovely rover. Haven't seen much of his opponent in Jimmy Elmore so far. Elmer, he hasn't been in the play at all. At the base, the pack camera gets it out to Darryl Bissett. Has to kick around the corner on this occasion. The kick's all right too. Got down towards Light at half forward. Should have knocked the ball over his head on that occasion. Light didn't do so. Elected to try and gather. He's run into one too, Gavin Light. Here's Malakellis working hard across half back, gathering the ball and going with the left foot across towards almost the centre of the ground. There's the centre of the ground coming into play now. Ran straight past it. Did a couple of players. Look, the Amateurs just seem to have the numbers at the fore of the ball as that kick goes to Lockie Door from Peter Kling, and it's all right down. A bent up in the goal square, knocked away by Costello. Might have knocked his head, not the ball. Bent the big fella does, ground level, straightens up with the left foot and bangs it through. Magnificent goal.
Lovely goal from Bent there. Goal number 5 for Amateurs as they draw right away from Anakie here in this the first quarter. Been unlucky not to perhaps get a free kick before that, Cookie. It looked to be a little high to me, but he had the initiative to go on, play on and snap the ball. He didn't sit there and wait for a free kick, which perhaps could have been his. Played on in a lovely left foot snap, and that's the 5th goal on the board for Amateurs.
Couldn't agree more, Michael. A great effort from the big fella there because I think you can see he's a fair bit taller than young Costello. He had to punch the ball away. Didn't punch the ball. Punched him in the side of the head for mine. Could have got the free kick, but he didn't stop. As you said, he kept going. 33 plays, one on the Bert Cameron Chartered Accountant scoreboard, and Reynolds is dominating the centre bounces today too. He knocks the ball out. Here's the chance for the Anakie side to repel this. Darren Jolly is in there. Knocks the ball clear. Gets it to Welsh. Welsh over the top to Darryl Bissett. Had a bit of the fumbles just at the wrong time, but still strong enough to dive on it. Gets it back to the old timer there, and Welshie. Welshie punt kicks the ball down to half forward. Pittman the chance. Runs on it. Pittman straightens up and goes for goal down to the forward line. Out comes Jolly. Couldn't take the mark. Oh, he should have grabbed that one, Brendan Jolly. Not too good at all on that occasion. Nelson gathers, and Nelson goes back towards over the centre. Jarman's up in front. Pulled up the footy. Play on as the call as Bissett works his way to the base of the pack and taps the ball clear. Amateurs, a chance. A little push along in front of him there. Quite effective from the big fella there in Jarman. Got it 25, 30 metres forward, but there's been a free kick, a whistle on the what was that for?
Yeah, I think perhaps a little high, but there were about 4 that were a little high before that one, so that was a little hard to pick just one out of the plaque like that. There are a couple that could have gone either way in the previous passages of play. But I think he got the ball at centre back, badly needing a goal here. Pass comes out to Glenn Light on this near side wing. Light plays on with a short pass again, looking up the ground. Pinpoints, he's playing fine, Stewie.
Yeah,
he's on the centre wing.
Nice kick from
Looking
Mickey
for
Carter
the lead.
there first,
Yes,
wasn't
it was a good
very
kick.
accurate kick, and they need a few more of them. Down they go, but that looks like Ken McCabe standing firm in defence. Here's the ponytailed Kenny McCabe. Takes the mark at half back. Up for twos. He's had a bit of a spell there. He's a good player. I don't know what he's doing down there. Kicks the ball back towards centre wing. Walsh is up, can't make. Bissett got all day. Just which way will I go? That way. Fooled them all. Goes on left foot as the rain. It's a little bit heavier. This will suit Anakie at the base of the pack. They had a chance here. Straighten up on the right foot into the forward. Corey Bissett goes back with the fly of the foot. He can't gather. It's knocked away from him. Nelson doing well in defence. Tapples the ball around the barn with a little kick. In front of the scoreboard it goes. The scoreboard shows 5:33 to the amateurs. Anakie 1 point. 1-1 as if Anakie can just get a couple of goals before quarter time. The game's right open again, Michael.
Certainly need those couple of goals, don't they? An educated kick from Nelson there. A good defensive kick along the boundary line again. His side some good 30 metres.
Boundary throw in. Reynolds doing the ruck work versus Pittman. Reynolds again wins the ball to the ground. They're doing well. Here comes Malakalis again, if you don't mind. Got the hand pass away. Effective on this occasion. Anakie, little toe poke off the ground. Was that couldn't pick the player up into the goal square. Corey Bissett, can he gather it? He does well, the big fella. Spins, turns, kicks the ball back cleverly to Camerado. Conceded ground, but knew he couldn't hook it back over the shoulder. And that is the experience we're expecting to see from the Anakie side. And Corey Bissett did well and found Paul Camerado, who can kick a goal.
A lovely kick of the ball, Camerado, and as we said, intelligent play from Corey Bissett. Had no chance of kicking a goal from where he was and passed upfield to Camerado. Camerado kicks from just 30 metres out. The ball fades away to the left-hand side. Opportunity lost for Anakie as they score behind number 2 and trail amateurs 5-3-33, their home side. Anakie just the 2 behinds.
Well, the 2 points they've got, Michael, should have been goals. Darren Jolly should have kicked that, and I would have backed Paul Camerado in to kick that one. So, well, perhaps if they can get on target, they might get back into the play. The ball goes out to half. Towards centre wing now. Paul Walsh is doing battle out there and doing pretty well too against the fleet-footed Fleet. And the big fella does well, the old timer. He kept the front position and kept battling in front of him. Realised that he was going to be in trouble if he grabbed it. He headed for the fence and he found the safety of the boundary line centre wing position, far side of the ground.
The rain's just steadily tumbling down here, and perhaps this will help Anakie, as we've said, but amateurs 5-3-33 have that 31-point lead at this stage.
Yeah, Reynolds goes up over the back, knocks it to Stasic. Stasic got the hand pass away, coming out McCart. Wouldn't gather the footy, taken away with that Darman. Little kick, well, didn't travel much distance. Umpire said a free kick coming up here, and Sammy Luke takes it at centre half forward. Sammy goes into the forward pocket at the back of the pack. Jarman is it, knocks the ball further up. Nick Gill's got it. Nicky Gill loves to kick a goal, straightens up and bangs on the left foot. I think he's kicked another one. It's raining goals here at the Queen's Park. Nicky Gill bobs another one through. That's his second. He's got 2. Klingen's got 2. One to Benton, one to Andrews. And the amateurs are absolutely doing it on the bench.
6-3-39 Geelong amateurs. Anakie just 2 solitary behinds. A great snap there from Nicky Gill. He's kicked 2, as we mentioned. Been a very lively player and a great start for him to this game.
Again, Jarman figuring in that play, doing a bit of bullocking work in the pack on that occasion, getting it clear and... Well, they're just doing too well at the moment, amateurs. They've got too many good players over the ground. It's particularly Malakalis, who's had a sensational start. Klingen's doing well down there. Reynolds is doing pretty well in the ruck. Sammy Luke's had a good quarter, and so too Schwarzer Middleton.
Plenty of winners. Hard to find winners for Anakie.
Back to the centre. Up goes Big Walsh, takes it out of the air on this occasion, gives it the old stage at Darryl Bissett. He punt kicks the ball down to Pittman. It's knocked away from Pittman on this occasion. He needs to grab a couple of those as they get near him. His opponent there does too well at ground level. Got a hand pass back. Out comes, that was Ken McCabe. Couldn't handle it. Got a bit of support. Comes back to centre wing. Darren Jolly's held without the footy for mine. Must take free kick at centre wing. Jolly goes on right, but he's headed for the grandstand side flank. Player in front there should be paid either mark or free kick for the amateurs. He's got either. It's Brad Thompson because he had front position. Now he's deep in defence. He kicks the ball back to grandstand side of the ground. Centre wing up goes Jarman, can't mark. At the base of the pack, they're doing well. Ben Reynolds, the big fella, playing like a rover. Punt kicks up, one up towards Klingen. He's up and can't mark. Taps the ball out. Here's a chance for Welsh. He's well shepherded on that occasion by that looked like Gogol, who's really shown himself into the fray. And Gogs miskicks this one, gets it to Bissett though. Bissett's in trouble. He's pushed in the back and must take a free kick. And the umpire comes in and says, "You weren't pushed at all." And I tell you what, you've got to get up with the game up. That wasn't in the back. I'm not here.
Ball up in front of us here, and very important for Anakie to get a run on here in these last few minutes and get a score. A nice punch over the line, defensive stuff. Very crucial 5 minutes or so of the game here for Anakie.
39 plays 2 in the third. Cameron Chartered Accountant Scoreboard. We've gone 23, nearly 24 minutes of this first quarter. Anakie still without goal. Boundary showing Reynolds versus Welsh. Welsh does it brilliantly over the back there to Cameron, who called him. It was waiting and the tap was beautiful. And he went down a half forward. Gavin at ground level gathers the football. Well, Spears pass into the pocket. No mark taken by Darren Jolly. They've got to catch them ones. They can't just make good efforts. Here's a tackle a bit high for mine on an Anakie player, and a little bit of pushing and shoving going. Phil Gavin takes the free kick. Half forward flank grandstand side of the ground, too far out to score, and it's still going on behind play there, and it is really going on too. It's not just push and shove stuff. This is fair dinkum. It's on. We'll get the camera back on this. Settle down, boys. The camera's on you now. You don't want to miss a few games and miss the finals. Play's gone on. It's just gone up the ground. I'll go back to the football. Amateurs going to attack. Into the forward pocket. Up goes Andrews. Can't take the mark. Anakie, a little kick out of defence. Spills towards Booley. Can he gather? He's beaten on this occasion by Yeh. Yeh picks it up for the Amateurs and punt kicks the ball into the forward zone. Go. Goal uses the experience and judges the flight magnificently and takes a great mark. And the fight, Michael, hasn't broken up yet.
The fight has broken up. I think it's a 0-all draw.
Ooh, there'll be a couple thrown there. It wasn't just push and shove stuff. Gagle's kicked back towards the centre of the ground. Not effective. Amateurs in possession. Scotty Sutton dives. Drops the mark he would like to have taken. Because picking it up and having a flying shot at the goal mouth. That looked like Peter Klingon. He's offline this time. 1 point only on the board.
Be disappointed missing that goal, Peter Klingon. He's already got to his name. Playing confidently. Had time to steady and drill it home then.
Yeah, he did steady, but unfortunately the kick just slewing off the side of the boot a little bit, the left-hand side. And Costello now takes the kick in. He goes well out over the 50-metre line. Lovely kick from Costello too. He finds Jason Cruz, who takes the mark for Anakie. Little chip pass into Camerotto, who marks short of the centre. Chips it in towards the centre now. Welsh uses the body well, but he needed support. He hasn't got any. It's 3 plays 1 of the 3 all winners. Malachella gets the hand pass out wide. Gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds in stripe. Middleton gives it back to Malachella. Left foot kick. Goes towards almost half forward flank. Lockie Doyle in possession. Gets around Darren Jolly too easily. Goes on right foot. Up goes Andrews. Can't take the mark. Carter's there at the back of the pack. Knocks the ball out. Light is there. Hand pass from Joe. That was Fleet back towards the direction of Light, who kicks on left foot for Anakie. Tumbles the punt out of defence. Good effort. It bounced inside the boundary line and it's out of bounds.
Anakie's efforts at this stage seem to be solely on defence. They seem to be missing down along across that half forward line. They haven't had up there often, but when they have, they haven't looked as though they're going to take it away with any sort of desperation or leadership at all.
And when they've gone in back, they've gone right around the flanks. They haven't gone down the middle. And they've got Corey Bissett down there at full forward. Kicked a lot of goals this year, and they're not going directly to him. They're going round the flanks. Back in a free kick being plucked out of this one. Might be big Paul Welsh taking a infringement free kick here, and he certainly lifted his game in the second half of this quarter. He kicks the ball out towards centre wing. Gavin's a chance. Does well, the little fella. Controls the football well. Goes back on it and spirals one down a half forward. Up goes Darren Jolly. Can't mark. Malakellis at the base of the pack gathers. Pass over the top, intercept the Light, back to Darren Jolly, pressured there by McKay, boundary line looms up, it's too close for all players, and it's out of bounds out there, half forward flank. Anakie in attack and sorely needing a goal. Almost 27 minutes gone of this first quarter.
27 minutes gone, and goalless. Anakie a vital couple of minutes here to try and pick up one goal at least, maybe a couple if they can.
Yeah, they've been playing terrific football of late, but today it seems to deserve in this first quarter anyway. Tate goes up, lovely knockout back over the back there to Camerotto, has to kick in a hurry. It's an up and under, waiting under at Pittman, tries the fist. There too, Sammy Luke got one over the shoulder there, and we'll take the free kick at half for Amateurs.
Good mark from Sammy Luke, guys on the ball the whole time.
He elects to go towards the grandstand side of the ground. The kick is pretty good towards that looks like Doyle. He gathers the football, easy as you like, too easy for mine. Back 3 or 4 metres, 10 yards for himself, and now kicks the ball left foot around towards centre wing. Here comes Klingon, pushing the ball in front of him with a bit of pace, kicks it off the ground, keeps it in play, but unfortunately it just goes back to Darren Jolly. He's paid a free kick.
Free kick here
free
to
kick
Klingon. Going
here to Klingon, and a little bit of a, excuse me as you walk past me there from Mickey Carter. But unfortunate there for Anakie because Darren Jolly was off with the footy. The umpire picked out the free kick, pushed after he ran past the football was Peter Klingon. He tipped in towards the centre forward position, but out comes Costello, takes the mark. Looking to switch play. I would have thought this is the way to go out here. It is now, and he elects now to run round Bent, and he kicks the ball towards the Tate. Clean bowls him at the back of the pack. Booley's got it. Booley, right foot kick towards, well, nearly set a wing touch over there, if you don't mind. Up goes Pittman, can't mark. At ground level, good play. Streaming through there, Jason Greaves gathers a lovely kick into the forward zone. That's better play from Anakie. bit better kicking off the boot. Their field kicking has been atrocious, and I'm sure that Daryl Bissett, when he watches this tape, will agree with me. And the mark taken down here by Jolly. Of course, Brendan Jolly. There's two Jollies playing out there today. Very happy team they are too. And Brendan Jolly's got this one. And he's going to line up and have a shot for goal. I think he's within kicking distance.
Yes, within kicking distance, certainly. And what a much-needed goal this will be for Anakie. He's proved a strong cookie. The kick hasn't quite made the distance. It's in the goal square and it's going to be rushed through for a behind. No, it's past the point post and out of bounds, right next to that point post. Anakie desperately needing to score.
Not leaking up there yet, are you, Cookie?
No, not yet, Noel, but I'll put something up to stop it if it starts leaking. Don't worry about that. Stazek's received the free kick here. Now, whether that was for a push or just come off Phil Gavin's boot there close to the boundary line, I'm not too sure. But if it was for a push, it was pretty soft. Stazek now, back up goes Pittman. They try to outmark one another. Doesn't matter. Sirens gone. First quarter here at Queen's Park is over. Scoreboard. Amateurs, sensational first quarter. It is 6 goals, 4, 40 points on the board, the Amateurs. Anakie, no goals, 2, just 2 points. It's 38 points the difference at quarter time. And the Amateurs are well pleased with the first quarter, Michael.
Would have to be, Cookie. A marvellous quarter from them. And in these conditions where the rain is just steadily coming down now, to have a 38-point lead at quarter time, one would think it's almost a winning lead at this stage of the game. A great quarter to them. Goal kickers, Cookie. Nicky Gill has kicked 2. Just check me if I'm wrong. Peter Klingon a couple. 1 to Mark Bent and 1 to Justin Andrew. Been all Geelong amateurs in the first quarter. Far too slick. A lot of pace in their side. Their disposal has been good. Anakie, when they have had the ball up forward, have dropped away. They've